The one thing that instantly removes a toxic person's power over you has nothing to do with confronting them. It has nothing to do with exposing them, cutting them off, or winning the argument you keep rehearsing in your head at 2 in the morning. It is something you do entirely inside your own mind. And most people never do it because it feels wrong. Here is what almost nobody tells you about toxic behavior. The people who drain you, dismiss you, manipulate you, or make you feel like you are always too much or never enough, they are not actually powerful. They are skilled. And there is a difference that changes everything. Psychologist Baumeister spent years studying what he called the need to belong, the fundamental human drive to be seen, accepted, and valued by the people around us. What he found is that this drive is not a preference. It is a biological imperative, and it makes us exquisitely vulnerable to anyone who learns how to exploit it. A toxic person does not have power over you. They have discovered which part of your belonging need is undefended, and they press it, repeatedly, precisely, with the kind of accuracy that only comes from close proximity. The dismissal lands because part of you still wants their approval. The manipulation works because part of you still believes their version of you. The criticism stings because some older, quieter part of you already feared it was true. But wait, there is a second layer here that almost nobody reaches. Psychologist Hare spent decades studying people whose behavior causes chronic harm to those around them, not from cruelty, but from a fundamental absence of the internal experience that normally makes cruelty feel costly. What he found is that many chronically toxic people are not doing something to you. They are doing what they do, to everyone. The specific version they perform for you is tailored, yes, but the behavior itself is not personal. It is a pattern running on a loop, looking for the input that triggers the output. The moment you understand that you are not the cause of what they do, you are simply the current surface it is being projected onto. Something shifts. Not immediately, not completely, but something moves. And here is what actually removes their power. Marsha Linehan, one of the most important psychologists of the last century, built an entire therapeutic framework around a concept she called radical acceptance. Not approval, not surrender. Acceptance. The complete and total acknowledgement of reality exactly as it is, without the exhausting mental labor of fighting what cannot be changed. Toxic people hold power over you precisely as long as you believe they should be different, as long as some part of you is still making the case, to them, to yourself, to anyone who will listen, that what they did was unfair, that they should apologize, that eventually they will see it. That argument is not justice. It is a leash, and you are holding both ends. Radical acceptance is not saying what they did was okay. It is saying, this is what this person is. This is what this dynamic is. And I am no longer going to spend my energy in a court case that was never going to rule in my favor. The power does not leave them dramatically. There is no confrontation, no final word, no satisfying moment where they finally understand what they did to you. It leaves quietly, from inside you, the moment you stop needing them to be different in order for you to be okay. That is the only move that works. And it is the hardest one, because it requires you to grieve the version of them you needed them to be. The parent who should have seen you, the partner who should have chosen you, the friend who should have stayed. But on the other side of that grief is something they can never take from you again. So here is what I want to ask you. Is there someone in your life or in your past whose power over you is still running, not because they are present, but because you are still waiting for something from them? A recognition, an apology, a moment where they finally get it. If you are ready to stop waiting, tell me below. You do not have to explain. Just say the word done.